I call to order the February 14th Valentine's meeting of the Woodstock Town Board. We'll start with the public be heard.
One, Felicia Kachik.
Hi.
Alicia, how are you?
Kind of okay. I see we have here the resolution to authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with Urgent, which is the Ulster Regional Gang Enforcement and Narcotics Task Force. And seeing as how in this past year $4 billion was stolen from mostly innocent people who were not convicted by various law enforcement agencies, especially concerning drugs and the exclusive drugs, I urge you not to sign with the Urgent Task Force until we can have in this county, at least if not this state, something against what's called civil asset forfeiture. And because in New York State, which has by FreedomWorks a D rating, or maybe even a D minus rating, what happens is all the law enforcement agencies need to confiscate everything from cash and credit card and debit card accounts, including cleaning out a bank account with a debit card, and real property, maybe not real property, definitely vehicular property, is a preponderance of suspicion and evidence. It's beyond, a suspicion like what they would need to pat you down, but it's one step beyond that. And that is all to confiscate your property, and then it's up to you to prove your innocence instead of them proving guilt in order to get your property back.
Hold on 1 second.
I didn't go to my phone. Oh, it's not me.
It's not you. Is that your phone? Someone's got a phone number.
It's me.
Sorry.
I was blaming myself, and I don't know if it was me. I'm turning my phone off just in case.
So anyway, I urge you not to sign it until we can have a war in this county or this state against that kind of, without conviction, civil asset forfeiture.
Are you saying it's not being returned?
You have to prove innocence in order for your property to be returned the way the law is written.
Some
That's
states,
the way it's
some
enforced.
states even take it if you're innocent.
Right, right.
And this has to be
New York rises a
Well, this is
little
New York
bit
State
above
law.
that. In New York State, it's what they call a preponderance. And if you sign that, it means that basically you're saying, well, you're okay with civil asset forfeiture as it stands in New York State. Which does not need any conviction.
Yeah, I don't recall reading that in document.
Well, it's state law. I mean,
State law.
The police department can do the same.
But the document you're signing didn't come out and say they were.
No, this is Felicia's word that it will come about because of this, but if our police department makes an arrest, they could see stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what the state law allows. I'm not saying it's right, but is that it?
That's it.
Okay?
Oh, I can
I will give you a minute.
Late.
Okay,
Okay. Only I don't need that much.
okay.
First of all, I want to wish you all Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you.
I have a cake for each one.
Cake?
Cake?
You eat it first.
I did have apple pie. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I can take what
So what is your name?
Manny Frizon.
Thank you. Okay.
This may be a violation.
No, we're good.
That's it.
All right, I'll take an apple pie. Here we go.
No, it's less than $25.
Jay wants a chocolate donut. Did I tell you there were going to be chocolate donuts?
Your piece is.
No.
No, I'm not. I'm on a diet.
Thank you.
But besides these,
We're gonna leave that there for now, and we'll split up the booty
okay,
later.
but besides that, I
Yes.
wanted to say, you know, a couple.
Everybody that takes something is gonna have to declare this, you know.
Yeah, including you, Wayne.
No, wait a minute, you didn't change the
25
law
cents
yet.
towards
It's
my
still
$25.
Thank you, Iris.
No, it's still 75.
Oh, is it?
Anyway, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
But what I wanted to mention is that I have seen some letters that the TV producers board has sent to the newspaper a couple of times, and they have been kind of, some of them I think they have been kind of insulting to some of you, and I really want to be out of it. I told them that I don't want my name to be included, but they didn't listen. So if anybody was insulted, please don't hold it to me, okay? I did agree with that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
That is
thank
nice,
you.
Danny. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a nice Valentine.
Yes, it is.
Yes, thank you.
A couple of announcements. One, first off, a big thank you, although they're all still working, but to the fire department, the police department, the highway department, the rescue squad, Central Hudson. It was a great team effort yesterday. I think by 10 o'clock tonight, most Woodstockers should be back on, although there may be some pockets of folks without electricity. I just remind everyone on occasions like this, we should all be checking on our elderly neighbors. You know, if you know that you have a neighbor down the road who might be shut in.
That was me.
That was you. I checked on you. You know, make sure they have heat. I would also remind folks that we have the town hall. On events like this, we open up to the public to come in. We don't have cots there, but certainly it's a warm place to hang out, get some water and whatnot.
What about the community center? Are they doing it there?
If the Red Cross, we did go back and forth, and the Red Cross ended up not setting up. We had no demands, but the Red Cross would have come in, could have come in with cots and set that up. Actually, because it was wider spread, what the county was going to do was set up down at the community center and have.
The county, you mean the community college? Yeah.
Thank you. The community college, which would have been a little bit of a drive, but that wasn't necessary. The other thing I would add, if there are any folks out there, dispatch keeps a list. Karen Schultz put it together a number of years ago, and Lori Hamilton keeps it updated. So you can contact either one of those folks. Karen Schultz is in the assessor's office, Lori Hamilton is down at dispatch. And you can have your name added to that list. And what they do is they do a round robin and they call these folks and just check in on them or send the police up to make sure. We had one woman up on Glasgow Turnpike, 102 years old. They couldn't contact her. They sent a patrol car up there. Actually, you called me when we were cutting the tree out of the driveway. So there's a list available, and if there are any folks who'd like to have their... What?
No?
You know, I never got the woman's name. It's towards the western end of Glasgow Turnpike. 102 years old.
We don't have too many of those
Yes, okay.
in the village.
So we went and checked on her.
There was another one today too on Tinker Street, which it was a good thing because they ended up having to call EMS.
Yeah. I also
It was
know
excellent
up
that
on
they
Reynolds
watched.
Lane, they went to check on somebody and had to call EMS. So this is available. We do make these calls. We do check in on the older folks, and we're happy to add names to that list. So if you would like to be added to the list or have someone you know who would like to be added, please call Lori or Karen. The other thing with the storms, the police chief asked me just to remind, actually the chief and Mike Reynolds, just to remind folks that cars parked on the road at night when there's snow is a real pain in the neck. The police, it slows down the drivers, the police have to come out, and they do not like to write tickets for parking like that. They will do everything they possibly can to avoid it, but it is a problem, and it's a problem for everyone. So please remember, no parking on the street. And that's it for my announcements. Anyone else?
Can I make a personal announcement?
Yes.
I
And then
have-
Jay.
I had an uncle who was 105 who passed away 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
It's a good- it's
he
a
was
good-
coherent till the end and lived at home.
You've got good genes.
Yeah, what town, Kathy, what town was he in?
He was on Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, 105.
Very impressive. What relation?
My uncle, he was my last uncle alive.
Yeah. Okay, and I had something.
I'll get to you when Jay had his hand up first.
Yeah, I'm sure most people know this by now, but the stuff is still hitting the fan out at Standing Rock. And again, I am so ashamed to speak nicely at what my country, our country does and is doing. And I just wanted to say that the war that I fought in ended up with a marvelous marvelous result. And that was the result of the trials in Nuremberg, where the Nuremberg protocols, I think it is, state that I and every one of us, are responsible for what our government does.
Oh, no, this is
That was
a
very good timing.
I thought I put it on mute.
little punctuation on your phone.
And that decision, that court decision came out of the fact that so many of the Germans were running around saying, we didn't know what we couldn't do, we're innocent, I was only one person. The Nuremberg principles say every citizen of every country is responsible for what its citizens do. So please, everybody, send some money, send some warm clothing, do what you can to fight against what our government is doing.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Do you have information on an address or? You can go online.
sorry.
You can go right online.
Online.
Yeah, you
Come
can
on.
check it there.
Okay, along those lines about what our government is doing, I know everybody, if you've been at these meetings, know I'm on the Affordable Care Act issue, very concerned about the Affordable Care Act issue. Like many of us, I had no power for a day and a half, but last I knew, I'll check my email, but last I knew, John Hetner still has a resolution coming to the Ulster County Legislature tomorrow evening. So at 7 o'clock p.m. is the Ulster County Legislature meeting. I don't know what time this resolution will come up. It's likely to come up later in the meeting. But public comment is at the start of the meeting. I know that I plan to go tomorrow and make a public statement in support of John Hetner's resolution that the Ulster County Legislature pass a resolution in support of supporting the people's right to continue with the Affordable Care Act. So the Affordable Care Act is still an issue that's going on, and the legislature is going to be discussing it tomorrow, and I'll be going at 7 o'clock to speak. Just like at this meeting, where if you want to speak, you come a little bit early and you sign in. I plan to get there a little bit early and sign in and make a statement about the Affordable Care Act. I think it's an extremely important issue. I want to see the health of our citizens in Woodstock. If people are on the Affordable Care Act, it's important they stay. If they get dropped off, what will they have for insurance? A lot of them are there because they don't have another choice for insurance, and people can have pre-existing conditions. If they get dropped off, who's going to pick them up then? So I see it as an extremely critical topic, and a lot of people do see it as a critical topic, and I want to add my voice to those that say so tomorrow. So Ulster County Legislature meeting tomorrow, 7 o'clock, at the County Legislative Office, which is the big 6-story building.
You know, I've asked Jay, who's going to be there, and deliver a message for me, because I feel strongly about this one too. This affects the county directly. If this is done away with, they stand to lose about $3 million a year, which is a chunk of money out of their budget. So there's a direct financial impact for them.
And that's good. We'll have 2 statements from the board, and my role is Democratic, chairperson was the Democratic committee. So, I'll have a voice from that direction. You'll have a voice from supervisor direction. So I think it's a nice statement from Woodstock to have 2 voices.
Richard, do you have anything?
It actually affects 20,000 people in
Yeah.
Ulster County.
Yes.
There was some discussion, it's a memorializing resolution. And if you see my son, tell him I said hi.
He told me you'd be there.
Yeah, maybe. But it also has another implication coming up next month, is the county is talking about shutting down, apropos of our own discussions last time, shutting down memorializing resolutions. So that's yet to be
Shutting
seen.
down what?
Memorializing resolutions.
Uh-huh.
I just want to add to what Bill said about thank you. I also wanted to thank, there's a few guys from the fire police who stood out there all day yesterday and for hours.
1 or 2 of them were geezers.
Yeah, they are, and the other thing is what yesterday I brought up, and I mentioned this to Bill when I first came on the board. I really haven't talked to anybody else, but I'll be letting you know more about it as I find out more about it. When I was in charge of academics at the college in Orange County, we used a system called New York Alert. And basically what it is, it's an emergency alert system where Woodstock would have its own little place in the cyber world. And anybody could sign up to receive an alert, either by text, landline, email, cell phone. You don't have to sign up at all if you don't want to. But if there's an emergency, or if a road is closed, or power's out, whatever it may be, the supervisor or his designee would just send out a message, and if you had signed up, it would go out to everybody. It's free of charge. It is the government, but that's another story. But I'll let you know more about that as we go further on it.
And in our discussions, I've encouraged Richard to move forward on this because I think it could be
Good
very
idea.
beneficial.
Good idea.
So,
And
okay.
also, I've been getting some emails from some people like Amy Fraden. She's going to be at the meeting tomorrow night also to make a
Oh,
statement.
fabulous.
And I've been sending back and forth different links they could go to for information, and also to make sure that they would get there in time to sign up. So there are other people from Woodstock who are going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, fabulous.
I'll be there.
So, we've got a couple of resolutions and then we can all go home. Be it resolved to accept Richard Hepner's resignation from CSAC.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A second.
No,
All in favor?
Aye.
abstain.
Be
That one
resolved,
extension, Jackie? That is.
be it resolved to appoint Lauren Rose to CSAC term to expire 12/31/17.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved to reappoint Scott Clugstone to the CCD as an alternate member, term to expire.
No,
Yes, yes,
alternate.
yes. We'll talk after the meeting. Alternate member, term to expire 12/31/17.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved to appoint Julia Blaylock to the WEC, term to expire 12/31/2017. And
May I speak to this
Chair
motion?
would like to speak on this motion.
Yeah,
Did we
I'll
get-
make-
Let's get a second first.
Second?
Okay?
Let me make this very brief. Julie appeared before the WEC a few meetings ago. She spoke to 5 of the 6 members who were on board, who were the ones who were present. We were very impressed with the qualifications and energy and integrity she brings to the WEC. We unanimously approved her. The committee unanimously asked me to resolve to have me send a letter to Bill urging her appointment. We urge her appointment. I think she'll be a great addition. And thank you very much, Anna. That's it, because it's
Thank you.
Valentine's Day.
All in favor?
Aye.
So it shall be.
Thank you.
Be it resolved to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2017 agreement with Urgent.
I'd just like to say a word.
Second? Do I have a second?
Second.
Yeah, is this on the second page too, or is that something different? I see urgent on the second page as well.
It would- yeah, I think it
What
might
you
be.
said. Laura,
Go ahead, Jack.
I couldn't hear what you said.
The resolution got printed twice on the,
Apropos of this resolution, last year, I had a talk with the chief of Saugerties, who opposes this urgent resolution.
I think they joined it though.
Pardon?
I think they did join it. I think they did sign on.
Subsequently, I'm not sure.
And
Then-
back.
Did they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nick knows.
Then I went and spoke with the sheriff, Van Blockham, and he, during our conversation, he had the chief of Kingston come in and join the conversation. So what I'm saying is that I've spoken with people on both sides of the issue, and I have come down firmly on the side of signing this proposal, this resolution. I just wanted to get that out there.
I would also add that our chief is very much in favor of the resolution.
Who?
Our chief, because it does bring manpower to the town. It brings information to the town and it fosters cooperation. Notwithstanding your issue, Felicia.
Yeah, and Felicia, I would certainly be very upset if the thing that you brought up happens in Woodstock. I would certainly be very upset. I certainly see this as where if you have a group of law enforcement over different towns, you can address problems better sometimes by having a larger group. And I don't know what we can do if the situation you mentioned were to come up. I would be very unhappy about it, and I don't know if there's action we could take if we were to coming up, but I wouldn't want to see that happen as a result, but I do think good can happen as a result of it.
Homeland Security is also a part of urgent.
In all the years that we've, one second, in all the years that we've been involved, I have not seen any egregious forfeitures. I'm not saying it can't happen. Richard?
No, and like I spoke to the chief today, I had some concerns over the contract when I actually read it. And also sparked by a little bit of the Woodstock Times wrote last week, involving the town of Ulster. I really think urgent is one way we can control the larger drug dealers in this area, and, pit lights against money, light's gonna win out. I would suggest, and I'm gonna vote for it, but I would suggest, and I don't think the town has done this, but I think at some point it's just prudent to ask, what is the cost to the town over time, over the course of the year, in terms of overtime?
No overtime.
Huh?
No overtime. It's well, it could be, but
Yeah. I mean, I think
at this particular time, it's
think
not.
My sense is this contract has gone on year after year after year, and it's okay to pause once in a while and just look at it and say, what's it costing us? And because I know one time Woodstock actually pulled out of this contract.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details, but we did pull out for a year or two.
Yeah. But I have great respect for Chief Keith, and I'll be voting for it.
And the reason I say it's not overtime is that the particular officer that we're sending down there for urgent
Part-time.
is a part-timer. So
It is now.
yes, so yes, that could change.
No, I'm just saying,
And I can talk
once
to-
in a while, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt, what, at the end of the year, bring it up and see what.
I think Clayton could produce for us, I'm not saying we have to wait to vote on it, but I think he could produce a tally of the hours that it's taken over the year. I'll see if I can get that
Well,
from
let
him.
me get some sleep after last night.
Yeah, I won't ask him tomorrow.
Bill, if I could just say something, I certainly don't have a vote, but I am a Woodstock resident, and I am totally for urgent. You know that my family deals with drug and drug addiction, and if they could stop one sale, one person from dying. We just had a person that died the other day of a drug overdose. I mean, it's just devastating. Young kid. If we could just save one life, one family from grief, let it be overtime. I really don't care.
I agree.
Right.
You know, the other side of it too is that, for instance, there was an issue over the summer, or last summer, where there was a drug dealer in Woodstock who was believed to be armed, and we had 15 agent officers
No, I think that's.
in town to do the
They can do
takedown.
things we can't, and that's important. I'm just, I agree totally with what Jackie said and everybody said.
You know, and there was,
It just doesn't hurt once in a while to look at it.
I don't
Oh,
disagree
yeah.
with you.
Absolutely.
That you also brought up, and it was mentioned in the paper about the liability, and that's a liability we have whenever one of our officers puts his Woodstock badge and gun on. It's that same liability. If they go out and do something a little dumb, we could be on the hook. And I'm not saying that's what happened at Ulster. I don't know the circumstances. Although in listening to the chief, it sounds like they just didn't fight the issue, that they were in the right and they should have stuck up for the police officers. In any event,
Yeah, I don't know what the situation was, but basically as I understood the article is our officer, the town of Woodstock is not
Correct.
indemnified if one of our officers does something that gets sued, say in the town of Sorgady.
correct. But that same belief holds true if one of our officers goes to a mutual aid call. They get called out of town periodically, and if they cross the line into Sorgady's to help with an arrest, we're still on the hook if they do something foolish. Sorgady's doesn't pick up the tab. So, but I agree with you. It would be good to take a look at what it's actually costing us. So.
And I think also there's a big drug problem, not in this town alone, but nationwide. And Urgent is right now the best organization we have to work with. And they have helped us in the past, and I certainly, in this time, I don't want to eliminate any organization that can actually help us with the drug problem that we have.
It's not a Woodstock problem.
No, it's not.
It's
And they just announced some other towns somewhere in the United States that's having another big drug problem. A lot of them are small towns. So, you know, are they perfect? No, I've seen some things that I'm not happy with, but they're the best we can get right now, and that's why I want to do it.
With that, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Be it resolved to waive the fees for Family of Woodstock mental health first aid training in the back room of the community center on March 16th and March 23rd, 2017, from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., provided that the event is free and open to the public and the premises is left in the condition it was found in.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You know, there's been, all my life at least, a kind of a public display of displeasure at mental health issues. So I have a question here. Why are they doing it in the back room?
Yes, Tabby, that's what
That's what
they
they requested.
Nobody picked up on it.
Maybe they don't want to be seen.
Be it resolved to authorize the supervisor to sign the contract
That one we just did.
with USER Ulster County Emergency Response Team for the year 2017.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Whereas it was determined that by the water sewer superintendent that the water at 4 Meads Mountain Road, account number 951349, Yohan Zamora, did not enter into the wastewater collection system, but rather into the basement. Therefore, be it resolved to charge for sewer the average amount charged from the previous 4 quarters and credit the remaining sewer charge to the account sewer portion of subsequent billings, and be it further resolved to charge or credit the full amount for the water usage.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved to hire Heather Amy for secretary to highway superintendent as of March 1st, 2017, at $20 an hour, at 7 hours per day, 35 hours per week.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Did we lose one or are we getting 2?
Debbie Hasty is retiring at the end of March,
Okay.
so there will be a 1-month overlap
Okay, good.
for training purposes.
Sounds good.
Anybody else have anything else?
I'm just happy Flynn resigned.
Trump resigned?
No,
With that, I will adjourn the February 14th meeting of the Woodstock Town Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, folks.
Flynn resigned, I'm hoping Trump resigns too.
I do not have a copy of the Bill, can we get a copy of the urgent contract for Bill tomorrow?